Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked?
Raw, thank you so much for being here. Vince, Unblinded team, if you could give me a little remote tech support, get the camera going, that would be appreciative. Until then, Vivian, how the heck are you?
I'm fantabulous. How are you?
I'm doing fantabulously as well, and love you, and let's rock and roll. Vivian, who we got today?
Oh my God, we have in from Redondo Beach, Maria Simone in the house.
Woohoo! Redondo Beach is in the house.
Absolutely. Yeah. Formerly Brooklyn. Brooklyn girl like me, Sean.
Nice.
Also known
do you
as
two happen to know each other?
We do.
Well, let's hear it. Let's hear about Maria's amazingness.
She's the soul and money catalyst and owner and partner at Zen Moose Capital, a purpose meets profit financial methodology where she frees up restricted stocks, creates a sustainable revenue stream, and then funds entertainment projects, films, TV shows, and media tech on various platforms. Her aim is to be the bank of transformation in Hollywood, and she's on her way. In fact, she won an Emmy Award as executive producer of the documentary The Give, shining light on charitable organizations and the inspirational stories of the quiet heroes behind the scenes and their mission to make the world a better place. Welcome, Maria Simone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Maria, have you heard that Vivian Guzman has an incredible show named Dishmit? Have you heard this through like the wave and the rave and the insane wires of Hollywood?
I met Vivian last year, and she's always like, her energy is larger than life. And honestly, she raves about you constantly. So I couldn't wait to be here with you as well. But I adore Vivian and what she stands for.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here today. Appreciate you very much. And how about a fun fact besides your Emmy-ness and your future of being like the bank for impact in Hollywood?
A fun fact? Oh, gosh.
I have one for you.
Sure.
Vivian, there's no helping. There's no helping.
Sorry. You're right.
There's no helping in fun factness.
Fun fact. I was knighted a few years ago. I'm actually a dame.
Thank you.
Yes, your dameness is present, Maria, and we're extremely grateful. Vivian, was that your fun fact about Maria?
Hey, yes, it was. Thank you, Brittany, for screaming that, feeling it.
Awesome.
How many dames do we come across?
This is our second dame, and we've had 2 nights on the Real Raw. So royalty is in the building.
Mm-hmm.
So who else we got, Vivian?
from Hopewell Junction, New York, we have Howard Gershman in the house.
Hello, hello.
Hi,
Howard.
Regional leader at Primerica, offering financial services to help you keep your money, stay debt-free and financially independent. A Temple U business grad who's also director consultant at BNI and who serves as program chair for the Boy Scouts of America in the Greater Hudson area. And he's also a bronze level Toastmasters International. So welcome, Howard Gershman.
Hello, everybody.
Howard, you are rocking the world of like group dynamics, leadership, and ecosystem merging is present from your BNI-ness to Toastmaster-ness to Cub Scout-ness. This is awesome. All groups of amazing, civic-minded business leader folk. So thank you so much for being here today.
And he's also from Brooklyn, originally.
Brooklyn.
Well, it's going to be fun. Yeah.
Yeah. And Howard, what's your fun fact for today?
Fun fact is I've raised a bunch of money for Special Olympics doing cycling from here in New York to Vermont over a weekend. Did that several times. So
I love that. I love that.
That is absolutely awesome. Howard, quick question. Is there a distinction between the Special Olympics and the Paralympics? Are those two different things?
Yeah, they're two different things. Paralympics is people who are physically disabled, and Special Olympics are mentally disabled. I want to use the politically correct term. But,
Yep, got it. Okay, understood the distinction. Thank you for that clarity. Awesome, and appreciate you being here a ton. And what's your vision from here? Clearly, you love people. You love interacting.
Vision
with people,
here is to survive the hour. Yeah.
No. I mean your vision from here after you thrive in this hour. Like, what's the Howard's mission in the world?
Really is our basically our company mission, really help people get their financial act together and financial education that they never got in high school. And the more people I can help in that way, then I make a couple of bucks and live happily ever after.
Can I raise my hand? Howard, I need your help. I need your help.
Ecosystem merger alert.
Yeah, make sure you put your contact information in the chat.
I need my finances in order for sure.
Oh, awesome, Howard. Love it. Thank you for being here. So, Vivian, we got Maria, Howard, and we got some judges. Who we got?
And we got Brittany, who needs the help right now. So Brittany's in from New York as well, although she was born and raised in Jersey, right?
Jersey, yeah.
Easy on us, Vivian. Easy on us, Jersey people. Come on now.
Yeah, I did some Googling, I'm not going to lie, and I found out you're a Jersey person too. So I figured I was safe coming into the show.
Yes, you are absolutely safe and beyond, Brittany. So let's hear about Brittany, Vivian.
Brittany went from being a coordinating domestic violence attorney at NMIC to working at Wong Fleming as a commercial litigation attorney and handling creditors' rights in bankruptcy, trial insurance defense and coverage. And you'd never guess, but at night she's a beer snob and wine consultant, plus a former D1 athlete. And yes, she's a Princeton grad with a jury's from Brooklyn Law. So she's Brooklyn adjunct. Welcome, Brittany.
The Tigers are in the building. The Tigers are in the building. We have like H-bombs dropped at times. But yes, Vivian, one of the three schools that would chant safety school at us was the H-bomb, was Yale, and of course the Princeton Tigers. So welcome, Brittany.
Thank you. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, please go ahead.
What fun fact about myself?
Yes.
Please.
So fun fact is that I was an ice hockey goalie for 15 years. I was training for the Olympics when my career ended. I memorized every starting quarterback in the NFL as of week 10 for the last 2 years. And I can solve the Rubik's Cube.
Woo!
That should be bragging.
Dropping the mic, Brittany. By the way, that is how to deliver your HUI, heroic unique identity, with a variety of fun energy, some Zeus energy, little goddess touched in, and a bit of aspiration. Fantastic job, because like each of those things says a ton. Like 15-year ice hockey goalie, memorizing all quarterbacks in the NFL, ability to solve Rubik's Cube, commercial litigator, like all of those things, extraordinary things. They scream and yell, and of course, Princeton grad as well. So Brittany, welcome to the party, from a lion to a tiger.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Vivian, who we got to roll with Brittany in the judging?
More Brooklyn in the house. We have Ivan Reicht in from Palm Beach, though, today.
Hey there, Sean. How are you?
Ivan, what's happening, man? Like Brooklyn-ness present all over. Ivan is here. Welcome, welcome. And let's hear about Ivan's amazingness, Vivian.
He is partner and lead lawyer at Nason, Yeager, Gerson, Harris, and Fumero, a bankruptcy, insolvency, and restructuring practice group. In fact, he's a super lawyer. Trends Legal Elite was named Bankruptcy Lawyer of the Year and up-and-comer by the South Florida Business Journal. He's an FBI Citizens Academy graduate, worked for both Al Gore's senatorial and presidential campaigns, and his accolades are too vast to list and are only surpassed by his commitment to his community. And he sits on chairs and boards galore, like the Pembroke Pines Chamber of Commerce. So welcome, Ivan. Right.
Thank you. So Sean, my fun fact is last time I was on, you and I connected over the Scott Rothstein issue, our connectivity on that issue. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, I do, Ivan, 100%. So welcome back to the party. I do remember that you were substantially involved in some of the dynamics, I think, of sorting out some of the issues, correct?
That is correct. So my new fun fact is I also played college football.
Nice.
I was an offensive tackle in college at Vanderbilt. So
where
I also went to law school. So I also am a bankruptcy and commercial litigation attorney as well. So my answer to the earlier question today is, what is a commercial litigator? And that is basically just anybody who fights over money. That makes you a commercial litigator.
So divorce attorneys are essentially commercial litigators.
No. You have to exclude from it the equation of human misery. So when I left law school, I decided the three most lucrative areas of the law I chose not to practice in because they all involved human misery, which was family law, personal injury, and criminal law. So those are the three areas I don't practice in because they involve human misery. So I just figured it's a lot easier to fight over money. Doesn't get that as personal.
Well,
likes to measure results, what he's saying, I think.
I agree with this, Ivan, to a point. Except we have to sit down and have a conversation about our jury verdict in Arizona, which is the largest of the last decade, and the absolute utter insanity of physical violence, threats of death, and all kinds of crazy stuff. I think that would be something fun to chat with you and Brittany about for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to hear this story, Sean, too. Sounds juicy.
We do need to have that conversation. And it ended in a case. We had a $0 offer going into trial. And they were telling us that it was going to be a no cause and they were going to sue me for the rest of my life for frivolous litigation. We hit them for 11 million in compensatory and 16 million in punitive. So that is
and Sean, it was a commercial case?
It was breach of fiduciary duty, case. Yeah.
Bench trial or jury trial?
Jury trial.
Wow. Excellent.
Yeah, so it's a fun one. It was both. I had two top 100 national jury verdicts, one in 2014 and one in 2016, and we both were in commercial litigation, breach of fiduciary duty, fraud cases. And the first one, actually, we put one of the attorneys in prison for 2.5 years. So, fun fact. But the more fun fact is you went to Vanderbilt?
Yes, I did.
Yes, and I don't know if we talked about this last time, but I led off my freshman year at Columbia. We played Vanderbilt in our first game. And my fun fact is my first at bat leading off the season in 1989 for Columbia. I took 3 fastballs down the middle and sat down from a lefty throwing 94 from Vanderbilt. So that is my fun fact in my initial collegiate at bat playing against Vanderbilt.
Nice. What position did you play?
I played center field. As a freshman, I was the DH, though. I started every game as a freshman, batted leadoff, and was DHing. Played some outfield that year, but I was a center fielder.
Nice. You played high school ball in Jersey?
I did. Baseball, football, and wrestled, and then could have played either baseball or football in college at the Ivy League, Patriot League, D1 level, recruited in football. I was recruited at bigger schools like Penn State and some other places for baseball, and, had some fun. And that, by the way, the other fun fact is the manager of the New York Yankees was sitting there watching me take those 3 strikes down the middle at my first at bat because his son was our right fielder. It's when Jeff Torborg was the manager of the Yankees and Greg Torborg I played with at Columbia. So we had some fun. But I did hit a triple on my next at bat off that same pitcher, so it got a little bit better after that. But yes, my first at bat, I wanted to like crawl in a hole and disappear forever. So
well, listen,
it was awesome. Vanderbilt, big time football you played there, my friend.
Well, the football not so much big time, even though we're in the SEC. But our baseball team is kind of the Alabama of college baseball. So yeah.
Awesome. And yes, now we have a camera on. I think we're ready to go. And also, real quick, you'd appreciate it. One of the club baseball players that I coached during his youth is actually now was a big time prospect. He's playing at Vanderbilt, Justin Henry Malloy. So he's with is it the Commodores? Is that right?
Yep,
or no?
That's correct.
So he's playing there. So welcome. I appreciate you and Brittany being here. It's like commercial litigation, insolvency dynamics present.
Yes.
So,
and
we
more
got
of that and more with sports in from Alisto Viejo. We have Daniela Dragas in the house. Woo, woo,
You always make that sound so glamorous.
Let's hit it with Danielle.
Baby. Armed with a BS from the University of London, she's managing director of the Global Soccer USA division of Global Football. And Danielle is president and CEO at the Lending Corporation. These past 3 decades, she lends her expertise in wholesale banking and private equity to construction and land project manager and financier. Plus, she's a keynote speaker, real estate financial markets, and an ABC7 contributor for the business side of football and sports. And you can always talk all up with this with me later on, Danielle and Sean.
Of course.
I love it.
Nice.
I'm sorry, Danielle. I love having remarkable people with all of your backgrounds, athletics, of course, being one of them. So Daniela, welcome.
Thank you. It's my second time or third time back, I think. So
yes. Well, thank
good
you
to be back.
And how about you? What is your fun fact?
Fun fact, I think I did say this before. I love playing golf, but I'm not great at it. And I'll stick to that one because I'm still not great at it.
Well, thank you for being.
I'm not great at golf either.
I guess we should all go golfing together then.
That would be so much hilarious fun.
Nicole can drive the golf cart.
You definitely do not want Nicole Maiello of Mischievous Fairy driving the golf cart. That experience I had with Super Bowl winner David Deal in a golf cart, a charity outing, and it was one of the most frightening experiences of my entire life as she menacingly, mischievously laughed, giggled, and cackled, driving across golf greens and over like things jumping the golf cart, and we were literally like asked to like leave the golf course. Yes. So Bella did not want Nicole driving the golf cart.
Sounds like a good time to me.
Vivian, who is this voice that we're hearing from?
Is it Sorceress? Yes, it is. Bella in the house. At 8 years old, Bella Verita started selling crafts on her front lawn and grew these sales skills into a booming 7-figure network marketing business, helping thousands build 6-figure businesses. She then built the #1 business brokerage in the state of Nevada. Today, she's known for her sales sorcery as CEO at Align Sales, a female-only sales recruiting agency. Here, she doubles sales revenue, increases sales conversions, and places sales unicorns across companies, helping them scale and grow their money, time, and magic. Welcome, Bella.
Thank you, Miss Vivian.
Bella Verita, how are you today?
I am pretty extraordinary, Sean Callagy. How about yourself?
I am trying to be extraordinary like Bella Verita and all these amazing people, and certainly Vivian Guzman. And Bella, what is your fun fact for today?
Ooh, my fun fact. Well, I feel like we've got like a bunch of attorneys and like sports people in the house, of which like I don't have a whole lot to relate to, but I did once play an attorney on the Unblinded show. So on the Unblinded Real Raw. So does that qualify me as like to legally represent someone if I played an attornay on the Real Raw?
Yes.
Absolutely.
You know what else would qualify you, Bella, if you were ever like in the back of a police car?
Well, that we should do. Don't we have a show to do?
You're like,
well, this is the theme, Sean. It
didn't work last time.
above a cop car, above a police car because I was arrested. I was actually in the back of a police car because I was walking home drunk, and they were just nice enough to give me a ride home.
That's every TV show you've ever seen.
And that's why they had some
You
fun.
get arrested for drunk walking. You get arrested for drunk driving, but I don't think you can be arrested for drunk walking.
And in fact, drunk walking is a good thing to do if you're drunk as opposed to driving. So, and I'm sure the police officer was just being very friendly and helpful.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. So Vivian, you're extraordinary. What is your fun fact as we say au revoir for today? And that's my best French accent, which is not very good at all.
Fine, because I don't have any French in me either. But I was thinking about this, and since we were talking about Rubik's Cubes here with Brittany, I want you to know that, do you know where the Rubik's Cube was invented?
No.
In Hungary, in Budapest. And I was there, and I wore Rubik's Cube heeled shoes for being there at a company event with my husband. How cool is that?
Wait, not only do we have Ivan here, who worked on Al Gore's campaign, who invented the internet, but we have Vivian here, who invented the Rubik's Cube. Is that true?
Well, maybe wore the Rubik's Cube shoes.
That's even cooler.
In the Rubik's Cube country. Sorry?
I said we love you and have an awesome day, Vivian.
Thank you. Wow, you guys too. Bye.
Bye, Viv.
Bye.
Bella, who's going first?
Oh my God, this is so nerve-wracking. Okay, so Maria, I have a 1 or a 2 that I'm holding up. What do you think it is?
2?
2, it is. So you get to choose if you're gonna go first or if you're gonna go throw Howard under the proverbial bus and make him go first.
I think I'm gonna let Howard go first.
If you have to eat 2 frogs, eat the biggest one first.
Bella, are you sure you were not cheating in favor of the female contestant?
I was not. I thought about it though, because I know Maria from somewhere. We have not pinpointed it yet, but I didn't. I went for the integrity. Since we teach integrity-based human influence, I thought maybe I should just be an integrity.
Excellent. Howard, who would you like Bella to be? She could be herself. She could be an ideal client avatar. Anybody you want her to be. Who would you like Bella to be? So you're going from hello to yes.
One of the things I talked about the other day yesterday with Gina is, since I help people with their finances, a good connection for me, and I don't know if this is how we play the game, but one of the good connections for me is accountants, because accountants have a good relationship with their clients, and I always like to make that connection and help out their clients. That's kind of where I was coming from.
Howard, you are thinking in the formula in a beautiful and brilliant way, my friend. Okay. So you have 6 minutes to go from hello to yes. I'm envisioning, it's whatever you want, but I'm envisioning it's some type of co-creation, ecosystem merger type relationship or otherwise. And we're going to cut you off about halfway through. The judges are going to assess the depth of your heart-centered connection, a little putting something at stake, for the accountant, a little pain access. And the second round, we'll talk about how amazing you are in agreement, like with yes. But yeah, so are you ready?
I'm as ready as I'm ever going to be, I suppose, right? So there you go.
You are definitely ready. Bella, don't you see Howard as being very ready?
I do see Howard as being very ready.
All right, take us in.
Who goes first? I'm not even sure where to start. Say, hello, Bella. How are you?
I'm amazing, Howard. I'm great. Thank you for calling.
Well, it's always great to meet new people. Now, was it Maria who introduced us, I think? How did we get to
Yes, it was. She spoke so highly of you.
And she spoke very highly of you also. So,
it's all true and more.
So I agree. Maria knows us better than we know ourselves, mostly.
That's what good friends are supposed to do.
There you go.
Know you better than you know yourselves.
Exactly. Exactly. But what I didn't catch was kind of where you are and a little bit more about your accounting business. Right?
Yeah, well, I am on this semi-nomadic journey. I spend a few months here and there, and I've just spent quite a bit of time in Las Vegas, where Maria and I have a few mutual friends. And where my main practice is out of Las Vegas, Nevada.
That's pretty cool. So do you have, so now the kinds of, and that's pretty interesting. I've been to Las Vegas for conferences.
Yep.
I've never been there as a tourist to gamble or anything. I don't just, I try to help people with their finances. I mean, gambling is like the stupidest thing you can come up with. You have it's a pastime, you know what I mean? But what kind of, are your clients like the hotel owners or the hotel workers? Like, how does this all kind of fit together? So many different people in Las Vegas.
Yeah, well, believe it or not, people who live in Las Vegas don't actually like do a lot of gambling and go to the casinos and all of that. So that's like the misconception of if you live in Vegas, like you have the Vegas lifestyle. You absolutely don't. And most of our clients, so we really niche into the restaurant space. And so most of our clients are, local restaurants. That's really where our niche lies.
Not the restaurants in the hotels, but in the regular
local
restaurants where everybody else goes.
Yes. Yeah, because we've had many of our restaurants we've had for years.
Oh, that's pretty good. How they've been doing the last year? I mean, all kinds of stuff closed down. Did they have some problems there?
Yeah, well, fortunately, for us, because so many of the major casinos have been shut down during this pandemic, and when local places were able to open up, that actually increased our business, or at least helped us keep us afloat during this time. Whereas, most of the casino restaurants, like they can't even be open at all because the casinos themselves are shut down.
But your clients kind of managed to survive the last year or so?
Yes, most of them. Hey, Howard, I have a quick phone call that I need to take.
Okay.
One of my restaurants, the kitchen's, going up in flames, so I need to call you back in just a minute.
Oh my God. Okay. Go take care of it. Get the fire hose.
911. Call 911.
911.
Hey, Howard. Excellent job, man. How'd that feel for you?
Relatively normal, to say the truth. I mean, it wasn't really, it was kind of a normal conversation that we're to have at almost any other kind of networking event or when I meet somebody new.
Okay. We're going to speak into that in a little bit. Excellent work. And Maria, are you ready to go?
Think so, but oh well.
Who would you like Bella to be, Maria?
I always enjoy speaking to investors and finding out what people are looking for in when they're making investments and what lane they're playing in. So I love to explore that. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Any avatar you'd like Bella to be in terms of her background in investing, entrepreneur, anything specific?
Is this someone, because I noticed, Howard, this was a new relationship. Is this someone that I would know who she is when she showed up?
It could be anything you want. It's going from hello to yes. So it could be a situation where you've advanced the ball and now you're looking for a final yes for something. It could be introductory, whatever would be in service of a yes you're seeking in the world.
So I think I would like to already know Bella, and that Bella is an investor, and that we're just, I would just like to have a deeper connection with her. So I think like we haven't really, we know each other personally, and I just would like to take it to another level and see if there's an opportunity to go somewhere else with the relationship.
All right.
Okay.
Bella, you ready?
I am ready.
Let's go.
Do this, Maria.
Bella, it's been so long since we've seen each other.
Oh my God. The way you said hello, like literally opened my heart. Like I am so excited to just reconnect with you again.
You've actually been on my mind, and here you are. And so I think it's very serendipitous that we're in the same space. I mean, truly, really, yeah. Actually, that we're here together. The last couple of years have been extraordinary, and just really, I know I've transformed my life. I'm doing my legacy work, and I felt compelled to connect with you on different levels, because I think we were on the same path, when we first connected, and it's been a while since. So I just felt I wanted to check in with you, see what's going on in your life and what you're up to, and would love to share, some things that are happening in our world as well.
Absolutely.
So how are you?
I have been extraordinary. 2020 was a great year. There was a lot of transformation that happened for me at the end of 2019. And I say, like, for myself, the pandemic was one of the greatest things that ever happened, because it really enabled me to deepen, like we're doing here today, to really deepen relationships that, I had otherwise become disconnected from, because there's only like small gatherings versus larger gatherings, and, more time at home. So I connected with more people all over the country via Zoom. And then, plus for us running a sales agency with remote salespeople, our business basically doubled in 2020. And so that was really fantastic as well. So thank you so much for asking. How about you?
I feel the same way. It's really been extraordinary. I feel like everything I've been working on the last couple of years brought me to this place. We, my partner and I, asked the question. I mean, we wanted to do our legacy work, and that we're finally stepping into it. And I've always dreamed of becoming a bank for transformation. I love to see money circulated into its highest and best use.
I love to say bank for transformation.
Yeah, but really become more investor centric, and really to get the money into the hands of the people that need it, but also to have more protections for investors as well. And so we've actually tapped into an extraordinary amount of stuck capital, that I call it. And we're in the process of liberating it to not only give higher returns to investors, but to really put it out into the world in more impactful ways, to to transform business systems, to transform lives, and to really have more impact on the planet. Because we felt like the old models of fundraising and deploying money into projects and waiting years to get a return as an investor, there had to be a better way, and we've actually found it. So we're really excited to be doing that now, and it's just thrilling that we have this disruptive technology.
Oh, Maria, I'm so sorry. I'm so intrigued by everything that you're saying, and I love the language that you're using. But there is somebody knocking at my door, like banging down the door, so I got to be right back.
Go, go, go. It was so great seeing you.
You too.
Maria, excellent work. How was that for you?
Oh, it felt great. It was a little stressful, but it actually felt kind of natural. I would love to, when I see somebody I haven't seen in a long time, I just usually go in like that.
It's beautiful energy. Bella, what would you say if you had like one word for Howard, one word for Maria, what would it be?
Howard, I'm going to go with fun. And Maria, I'm going to go with heart.
We have a little
Which
fun.
are two of my favorite things, heart and fun.
Amazing. So let's see what our judges have to say. We'll start with Brittany. And what we're looking for is 30 seconds of feedback first for Howard on what worked, what could be optimized, and a score on a scale of 1 to 10. And Bella will hit you with, and your score is at the 30-second mark. So Brittany, what do you got?
Wait, what about the 30-second mark? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Bella will ask you for a score at 30 seconds.
And that basically means your time's up and you can't say anything else. In a very loving and polite way.
Got it. Okay. So
countdown 25.
Was instantly Howard made a connection with a mutual connection. I don't know how he connected. I think it was Maria, right? And she's like, oh yeah. So right away, he's ingratiated himself to Bella. Bella thinks, oh, well, I know Maria. Maria's a friend. I can probably trust this person. And the way the conversation flowed reflected that. Bella seemed very comfortable talking to him and almost excited.
And your score is?
Oh, that was 30 seconds. My score is 8.5.
Nice. And how about for Maria, Brittany?
For Maria, I'm struggling with this because it was a later into the relationship, I couldn't quite figure out what the yes that she was trying to get to was necessarily. So maybe I have to go lower with my score. I was a little bit.
And your score is?
7.
Nice. All right, thank you for that. Brittany, how about Ivan? What did you have for Howard?
Well, I really liked Howard's conversational style. He just moved right into it, and he was, like you said, he was in a different place than Maria was. Maria already had an established relationship. Howard's was through a connection. It wasn't a complete cold call, but he was starting somewhat off of the cold call. So that's a lot harder thing to establish rapport with. And he was very conversational. He didn't really have to get into the yes yet, because I think I understand we're going to get to the yes in the next phase. This was more about establishing rapport. So I'd give Howard an 8.5, and then I'll shift to Maria, who I'll also give an 8.5. Her energy just popped out of the screen for me. Just it's like it felt like an old warm shoe of somebody you just hadn't seen for a while, and the relationship between her and Bella just popped, and they haven't talked to each other in a while, and it looks like we're setting it up for the next level of relationship. With both of them, I really enjoyed the way they handled when Bella had to get off, because that could always be an awkward situation. And I'd give them both an 8.5, only because I think there's always room for improvement in the world, but I think both of them were excellent. I may have even gone with a 9 for both of them, but I'll start with an 8.5, and hopefully they'll do better
Room
next
to
time.
improve.
Nice. Excellent.
All right.
Thank you for that, Ivan. How about Daniela? What'd you have for Howard?
Gosh, Howard was right in there. He went right in with the friends angle, which was fantastic, and really got that confidence going. It was a natural flow with him. So I think he was getting to the yes very quickly. So I thumbs up with him. Just supernatural. You can tell you've been doing this for a while, for sure. So I don't have any critiques for him at all. I would say between 8.5 and 9. Yeah,
Nice.
very nice.
And for Maria?
And then Maria, Maria was a little bit more difficult. Like Brittany said, a little bit more difficult because there was no real connection there, but she got very bubbly, I thought, and she was really doing some fact finding, and it's not easy to talk about money. I do it all day long, so I kind of know how that feels. So Maria, I think you did really well, from more of a standing start. So I'm going to tie you. I'm going to say 8.5 to you as well. There you go.
Excellent. Well, thank you for that. Howard, Maria, excellent job. Bella, this is like a great crew that we have here today. And by the way, we do not say that every day. So thank you guys for being here. But don't you feel like the resonance and like sort of, I know there's like a flow vibe to this group.
Yes, I would definitely agree. There's the flow vibe, but I think there's like a heart vibe. There's like everybody, there was like I want to be here. And I think everybody's like clear on like, what they can take away and what the value is for them to be here. And so, and it's of a, like, I can feel the heart and like the giving.
Yes, very present. I agree. It's beautiful. So thank you all. So let's go round 2. And I think Maria, Bella's back from the door being knocked on, and she's ready to see where we're taking this whole investment thing. Are you ready?
Okay.
You've got this. You're doing a fantastic job.
All right.
I am back. It was the fire department, just coming by to sell their annual calendar. So we're all good.
Oh, good. So thanks for, I'm so glad we get a chance to reconnect again. So I wanted to, if you don't mind, I would love to, we've been building our fund and stepping into some new disruptive technologies and methodologies. And I was wondering if while I have you, can I ask you some questions? I would love some mentoring on a couple of things. Yeah. So I wanted to, as an investor, it's been really, it's been somewhat of a challenge sometimes to, in fact, invest and then also, get the expected return. And I really have wanted to change that for a long time. I wanted everyone to win. I felt like there's a better way of, deploying capital and expecting a return in a reasonable time, and then having the creators and the innovators, get their needs as well, and so that everyone wins. And so we're putting together something that's very new and disruptive. And I just wanted to get some feedback because it's we've been so close to it the last couple of years. So I was just curious because I know you invest in projects, and I was wondering, like, what is your expectation now when you invest, and what attracts you to certain investments?
Oh, that's a really great question. I would say for me personally right now, I have a big passion in supporting women-owned businesses. I'm sure you are familiar with the, and I forget her name, but the gal that started Bumble.
Yes.
It just went public. Like, I think those types of stories are so inspiring, and there's not enough women that like are taking companies public. And so I love to invest in companies where there is an opportunity for them to go public down the road.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, most of the companies in our portfolio are women-owned business. I think they're just, their energy is extraordinary. We love to help them grow and scale, and the sky's the limit. So I've gotten a lot of my heart's been full working with women.
I can feel your heart, and I can feel how much you care about what it is that you're doing, and caring about the people. I only have about 30 seconds left, so where do you think we should go from here?
Well, I'd love to schedule some more time. I have a few more questions. We actually tapped into a $7 trillion source of stuck capital. We wanted to look, where's capital stuck on the planet, and how can we circulate it into its highest and best use, instead of constantly moving it around and taking it.
Did I just hear that you have found $1 trillion in stuck money and just need somewhere for it to go?
7. Let's talk about it. I would love to
definitely talk about that for sure. Thank you.
Thanks.
Sean, I gotta go. I got important things to talk about. There's like,
can I go too? I want to talk about that.
Definitely.
Count me in.
I gotta go.
Maria, awesome job. How'd that feel?
That felt really good. It felt good to me. It was actually for me, it felt very genuine. I was really interested in what she's looking for, and how I could support her, actually.
This is a weird text I just got. Bella was asking if you could spare $1 trillion in capital. Can you arrange that for her?
We're working on it, honey.
Well, thank you. Excellent, Maria. Howard, are you ready to go?
Yeah, we heard, $1 trillion here, $1 trillion there. Sooner or later, it becomes real money. So you got to, it's a little bit here. I am ready to go, Bella.
Bella's back. The fire's under control.
Bella, how was the fire? Did anybody get hurt? What's going on? How did it happen?
Nobody got hurt. Nobody got hurt. It was just a small little.
That's good.
Small little grease fire.
It's not every accountant's client that calls their accountant when there's a fire. What kind of relationship do you have? Some really tight relationship with the business owners there?
I do. Many of my clients I've had for over 20 years.
Wow, that's a long time. So you've seen kind of ups and downs in their businesses.
I started when I was 2.
I knew that.
Yes.
So you've seen all kinds of stuff in their personal lives, clearly, and in their business lives too, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. And what kind of things do you do besides taxes? Is there any other kind of services that you provide? What kind of stuff do you do there?
Yeah, we do like, their quarterly taxes, yearly taxes. We do a lot of their, bookkeeping, record keeping, to help them stay on track throughout the year. And then also, sometimes we'll make recommendations. Like through 2020, we definitely, made some recommendations on, where things could be adjusted. We like to say, because we don't necessarily like to use the word cut things. Because it just doesn't provide for like an abundant mindset, but we definitely like where can we make adjustments that make the most sense for the business? And a lot of my clients, even through COVID, just wanted to figure out how they could keep people employed.
No. So that's really good. And you can do the best you can do from that point of view. And we look at our clients kind of in the same way. So, and a lot of our clients did much better because of the circumstances, that they were in. Nobody had a fire in their kitchen, as far as I know, anyway. So that worked out okay for them. But I want to ask, so if there were some other services that you could provide to help your clients in other ways, would that be something that might interest you?
Yeah, definitely. Tell me what you're thinking. I got about 45 seconds left, so tell me.
Well, here's what we do. Yeah. Oh, we can do it real fast. So what I do is really help people make and save money. I really provide education, teach people about the basic financial stuff they should have been taught in high school. And then by helping them with those basic concepts, now we can realign their finances, move stuff around, all kinds of things we can do, based on insurance and investments and debt management and legal services, all kinds of things. So to really help our clients out and help your clients also. So we can provide those kinds of services for your clients. Your clients are better off. You make a couple of bucks. I live happily ever after. There you go.
Well, I'm all about happily ever
Let's
after.
set up there you go.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Excellent. How'd that feel for you?
I was kind of running out of time because Bella went on and on and on about how great her clients are, which is good. I could have used another minute to explain a little more, but that was fine.
All right, excellent. Bella, how did that feel for you with Maria and Howard? If you had one word each.
That was extraordinary. Both of these humans are amazing. I think it's going to be a tough for the judges. And what my level 5 listening just said is that Howard just said I talk too much. I just heard Howard say I talk too much. Is that even possible, Sean? How could someone think I talk too much? I don't even understand this.
Blasphemous. So thank you, Bella. Howard, would it be okay if we ran a little fun role play? Would you give me the permission to be you?
Oh, sure. There you go.
And how about, would you like to be an accountant?
Oh, that would be interesting. Okay, I've never done that, but what the heck? Sure.
Okay. Would you mind being Bella the accountant?
Just don't talk too much, because apparently accountants don't talk that much.
Either Bella, I'm fine seeing Sean, you as me, and Bella as the accountant. I'm good with that. Yeah.
Yeah, and you would you mind being Bella the accountant? I'll role play with you.
Wait. Now I'm confused. So
you
want
me
to
be exactly who Bella just was. You're going to be that person.
Got it. Okay, now I understand. Okay, got it.
Okay. So, and we'll go about 3 minutes. Okay. So, hey, Howard?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, Bella?
And your name is, what was that again?
Hey, this is Howard. We had a quick 5-minute call.
Yeah, I remember. Yep.
Maria introduced us. Do you remember that?
Yep. Now I remember. Thanks.
We were at that tiger taming lesson. It was really tiger taming.
That was a little nuts, frankly. Yeah, that was a little nuts.
I know Maria's out there, you're out there a little bit, but I love the energy and the entrepreneurial vibe of shared experience. That was super cool.
That's for sure. It's all coming back to me now. Yeah.
No, thanks for that. So listen, one of the things that Maria drilled down into was the depth of relationship that you have with your clients. And she even said that one time she's on the phone with you and a client called just screaming, yelling, crying to tell you they had a fire in their restaurant. How do you develop client relationships at that level of depth where there's a fire and they're calling their accountant? How does that happen?
We are constantly in touch with our clients. They've invited us to their weddings. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. We're always in touch with them and finding out what's going on in their lives.
Awesome. And what's the ultimate vision, the mission for your firm? And I have a place I'm going because I know we had a little over a minute to go, but where are you taking this whole thing? What's the vision of scaling, growth, what's the next 5-10 year vision of this?
The next couple of years is not super growth. So we might add a couple of other accountants to the firm just so we can help more of our clients in the Las Vegas area. The vision is not to make a national company because then you lose the connection with a lot of the clients. So that's kind of where we're going.
To grow your client base, or you're happy staying where you are?
No, we can grow the client base, but not to the extent where we lose touch. That's really important for me to make sure I continue those relationships with the clients we have and the new ones that are going to come on.
Yeah, well, I'm hearing the depth of caring. I'm hearing really a clear vision, and a lot of folks that we deal with, Bella, aren't really present to where they're going. So in the final minute here could I share a little bit about me and how we might have an alignment?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So first, thank you. You know, we're always looking for heart-centered, integrous people to work with. When we say integrous, we don't just mean people that tell the truth. People that have like a model and a place and a system of where they're headed. And so, thank you. Like that's really present for you, with you and about you, Bella. And what I'm here to talk about is if you'd like to see if we're aligned, because what I stand for in the world is that we fundamentally don't teach people, train people, condition people to deal with their money. And the greatest source of pain that people have, and in fact, even divorce, it's not infidelity, it's about money.
Mm-hmm.
An epidemic in our nation of
For
dealing.
sure. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and so what I stand for is training in the financial space. But what this call is not, Bella, it is not another person in the financial world calling you and saying, hey, Miss Accountant, refer me your work. Instead, what we stand for is what we call ecosystem merging. And ecosystem merging means like a sustained relationship that grows over time, where we're not only serving and supporting each other's clientele, but we're building platforms to grow our practices and businesses together. And I know that's a big statement, but if you had half an hour, I'd love to talk about how we might have like a first beta test of something we could do together to see if truly we're aligned. How would you feel about that, Bella?
That sounds like a good start anyway, and I'm always happy to learn more.
Yeah, awesome. All right,
Wherever it goes.
Yeah. Howard, how did that feel for you?
Yeah, very different. Very different. I don't want to say very different. I'd say a softer kind of approach. You're pretty much asking permission to move forward, instead of saying here's how we can add to you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and lots to talk about it. But again, you did a fantastic job. So did Maria. We'll talk more.
Okay.
Bella, how did that feel for you?
That was extraordinary. I love when you do this, how it always feels so value driven. Like, what value, you as the person that's like asking for the meeting, like how could it be a value for that person? And I think it's just an extraordinary skill. And I hope you talk more about it.
Yeah. And by the way, of course, Oprah Winfrey says that she held the microphone for 30,000 people because she said, I see you, I hear you, and what you say matters to me.
Yeah.
So we're leaving that integrous imprint on people, like in truly being present. And I thought Howard did such an extraordinary job of level 5 listening.
Yeah.
When Bella, you said about the fire, and Howard said, wow, that's a unique relationship you have there, Bella, with your clients.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful job of seeing you, hearing you, and like not just stepping into his stuff. So that was extraordinary. So let's see what the judges have to say, and let's go reverse order. Daniela, what do you have for Maria?
Maria, oh my God, Maria keeps on stepping it up all the time, right? You're doing a great job out there. It's very, very, very hard when you're dealing with investments and reaching out there and putting out how much money you can deploy, because I'm in that industry myself and I know how you really have it, how that can be perceived, and then you have to kind of prove the point, and you really got in there. So, I'm going to go with a 9 for you. Definitely. You're doing great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And how about for Howard?
Howard, you're such a natural. You're super. I'm going to stiggle you. You're kind of guy, I mean. Wow, we all talk the same language when it comes to money. It's the most, and I know that Brittany down there has been clapping with me. It's the most, the biggest thing that we handle, and it's just not taught in schools. And I've been saying many times, I would love to get out there and teach it, because I'm on the mortgage banking side as well as construction and everything else apart from film, which I need to talk to you about. But I just see it trickles through everything from credit reports right across, and mismanagement of your own personal funds normally trickles into business because you don't know how to manage a little house, or how can you manage the big house. So, but you're doing a great job in educating. Back to Bella, you connected with her immediately. I mean, you asked some very interesting questions. You listen really well, which is a great salesperson's tools, and you've got the business from her. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to give you a little bit more. I'm going to go with a 10.
Awesome.
Maria, I still love you.
Outstanding job. Beautiful feedback. Thank you so much for being here today. And how was your day on the Real Raw?
My day is always amazing, but if I can connect with great people, it's even better.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Let's go, Ivan. What do you have for Maria, please?
Well, I feel like I'm inadequate to judge Maria because she's a true pro. She really is a pro at what she does. It comes across. She knows her stuff. I'm in awe of people who can ask for money, who do that for a living. My only critique was it took you a while to get to the right question, which was the right question. I wish that we got to it earlier. Was the question about what her investment objectives are? What does she want? You were talking about a lot of other stuff that it didn't seem relevant to me initially. When you asked the question, everything opened up and everything clicked for you. So that was my critique. My other critique was I didn't understand the $1 trillion thing because I thought you were asking her for money. You weren't there to bring her money. If this was about you getting her money,
did you have a score for Maria?
I would stick with my 8.5 from before. I think, but she was great. She's good at this. I'm in awe of her. I wish I could do what she does.
Awesome. And how about for Ivan? Howard?
You mean for Howard?
Yeah, for Howard, Ivan, yes.
Howard's got a natural. Howard's not in the same business as I am, but who he chose to approach is very similar to the type of person that maybe I would have chosen to approach. Accountants are a great source of business for bankruptcy lawyers and people who do what I do. So I was learning a lot from Howard and how he approached things. I think Howard's just got a real natural flow. Again, I think Howard's just got an innate ability to connect on a human level with somebody. And again with Howard also though, he had the right question. He had the right issue. Again, I think he took a little too long to get there, which is why I think he had the same problem before.
And did you have a score for him?
8.7.
Your feedback is so good. I keep getting distracted from the time, and I'm failing at my job.
Oh.
But your feedback is so extraordinary that I'm like so staring at you and listening, and then I'm like, oh shoot, we're out of time.
Okay, I'm gonna go again with an 8.5. I think that's where people are at. And mainly because of the things that Sean said. That was where the gap is. Where I think if the things that Sean talked about, I think he could get to a 10. I think both of them get to a 10 with that stuff.
Awesome. Beautiful. Appreciate it very much, Ivan. Thank you for your time, for your great feedback. And if somebody was like, I got asked about this Real Raw thing, should I go? What would you tell them, Ivan?
Wait. I'm sorry, I missed the question again, Sean.
If somebody asked you, like, should I go on this Real Raw thing? Like, should I do this? Like, what would you tell them?
Oh yeah, it's a wonderful experience to try out. The only reason I didn't go as a contestant today is I had surgery the other day and I didn't think I had my game on.
Oh, well, thank you for being here in the first place. So, and hope you're feeling okay?
I'm feeling better, but I'm still kind of hanging up in bed a little bit. So I just wanted to.
Well, thank you for still being here. That's extraordinary. Thank you.
Yeah, I make a commitment. I go. That's kind of how I am.
Solid guy.
Yeah. And Brittany, how about yourself? How was your day here today?
Fantastic. Cannot believe. First of all, Gina, who called me, and Gina, what's her last name? I forget, with an R. Ricci. I was going to say Rossi. Gina Ricci. I never answer phone calls from numbers I don't recognize. She called me. I was like, yes, you sold me, like literally in 3 sentences.
Wow.
Amazing. I want to come back as much as you'll allow me to come back. I've learned so much. And can I say one thing real quick? Maria, your second round was like beyond. It was beyond. Like totally different for me from the first. And I think it's hard when you break it up like that, obviously. But if I were to give like a rescore, I would say you're 8.5 all in, because yes, you're like a sleeper cell. you feel comfortable, and then you hit with the question. It's like, oh, I trust this person. And of course, yeah, that sounds great. And I'm going to want to hear what they have to say beyond this, because you develop a rapport in a different way than Howard develops the rapport. But everyone has their own style.
Awesome. Thank you. And what would you give Howard for a score in that round?
Howard for a score, I would up him to a 9, because I like that he talked a lot about like his values and the educating, teaching people about things, about finances, the things we don't learn in high school. That really resonated with me, because I think everyone can relate to that.
Amazing. Howard, great job today, man. How was your day on the Real Raw today?
Thanks. I thought it was interesting. You asked, would I tell somebody else to come on? And I would say maybe. I think it depends on the person and the role that they're in. And I don't know that this is the right thing for everybody all the time. You know what I mean? But for somebody in a leadership role, for sure, you know, or a higher end sales role anyway. I think it would help out a lot.
Yeah. So Howard, all we're doing is looking to work with people who want these criteria. Do you want to make more money? Not a W-2 employee, but you have control over your money. You want to scale and create more time freedom, and you want to create and/or more magic and impact. And that's the criteria. So
can you say the last one?
So
the third.
There was
more magic. And what I mean by magic is impact, connection, contribution, relevance, speaking, all those things. So when you saw the initial video up front, those are all people I didn't know, like not that long ago, besides Michael Smikin. So Jack Canfield came into our program. Tony Robbins, I've spoken on stage 10 times. 3 years ago, I walked in as a blind guy into a seminar room and didn't know him. And so how do these types of things happen? You know, I'm partners with Chris Crone, who has 600,000 folks on YouTube, is an 8-figure influencer online. And all of those, and I have a 125 person law firm, 2 top 100 national jury verdicts, and all of those things from a guy that failed freshman high school geometry for the year. As a sophomore at Columbia University, ate lunch in my car by myself most days. And so all of these things are learnable, acquirable skill sets. And that's my mission in the world. How do you cause people to make more money if they want to? If they have the money they want, how do you cause them to create scale? I have a 125 person law firm that I work at less than 5 hours a week. How do you cause impact? How do you raise $1.7 million in a room to end sex trafficking in 26 minutes, which I had the unique privilege of doing, when they hoped to raise 500,000? And all these things, again, are trainable, learnable, acceleratable. And I had a nice little chat with Ivan before about the top jury verdict in Arizona. Initially, with 2 weeks to go, from jury verdict consultants that we paid $250,000 to, 250K, yes? Our initial jury verdicts were $3 million, $4 million, $5 million. We made some minor tweaks to the process in a $0 offer case, as I mentioned previously, and that puts $27 million. And that's because the most minor distinctions cause acceleration. In the space that Howard's in, we have a client, Rob Gill, that went from 8 sales meetings a month, you have to be an incredible person of influence, but understanding how we create ecosystem merging scalably, now has 350 sales meetings a month and a 19-person team. So like that's our space. So Bella, final.
Well, first of all, because obviously you can't see, like Brittany's over here with her like mind blown. She's like, she's literally has her hands on her head like, oh my God, my mind is blown right now.
Teach me your ways, sign me up. Where do I sign up for this magic?
Which is, so what you want to do, Brittany, is the team put a phone number and a link in the chat. So copy that, because you can actually have a strategy session with one of our team members. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely do that. And also, Sean, you mentioned, Tony Robbins, and a lot of people here know Tony Robbins. And, I was in the room with Sean when Tony Robbins literally said in front of a room of 200 people. Now you have to understand, Tony doesn't really edify or acknowledge anyone ever. Because then if he acknowledges one person, then it's like, what about me? What about me? What about me? However, I happened to be in a room when Tony Robbins said that there is no one that leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callagy. And I think it's just extraordinary that here today we had so many like heart-centered, and I love the word you use, Howard, this is a place for leaders, right? And so just, you know, I want to thank each one of you for being here because it was an extraordinary show. Your hearts are felt, and you know, there is no one that leads with more heart and more integrity. I've done staffing for many of the coaching consulting companies, and none of them does it look the same as in front of the camera as it does behind the camera. And so, you know, if that's what you're looking for to do more business, make more money in less time with more magic, with integrity-based human influence, then every Monday night we do the funnest happy hour. I mean, it's not happy hour for everybody else, but I think it's happy hour. We do the funnest happy hour. We're like, what is unblinded? Like how to become unblinded, how to create more time, money, and magic in your business. So we do that every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also check in with one of our team members, and then every morning at 9 o'clock on Clubhouse, Sean does these like live ecosystem merging. So like Howard, you know, your whole conversation was around, you know, how to ecosystem merge with accountants. So like he does that live with people on Clubhouse every morning at 9 a.m. So you can tune in to see how that goes. And if this is the end of the road for you, if you're like, you were on the show and you're like, that wasn't really that much fun, and I didn't really get that much value, and I don't really want to talk to those unblinded people anymore, I would just say, so sad for you. Maybe we'll send flowers and some box of tissues, because you might cry, because we have a lot of fun over here. And I would be sad for you that you would miss out on all the fun and magic that we have in Unblinded, but we respect everybody's path. So I said a lot in my final today, Sean.
Also, $7 trillion going to impact companies, causing entrepreneurship and acceleration. I love their message. I love their heart. So Maria, also, thank you so much for being here today.
And I love helping people spend money. I'm really good at it. So we should definitely connect. But make sure you guys put your information in the chat.
Yeah. Listen, thank you guys. And as Bella said, we're here to create and accelerate. This is our introduction. If you're looking for more money, less time, more magic, flag in the ground, there's no place better on the planet. With my heart and my reputation, I can make a lot of money scaling and growing a law firm more. I don't do that. I'm here in service of people to end suffering in a capitalist structure where people feel like they have to either choose between money or time or magic and impact, and we can have all three. Thank you guys so much for being here. Have a beautiful day.
Where's my